Most people move through life believing that the only way to earn is to work harder, longer, and faster. They wake up each morning racing against time, trading hours of their life for a little bit of money, and hoping that someday their circumstances will magically change. But nothing changes until your mindset changes. The real turning point arrives the day you realize that money is not something you chase. It is something you attract, something you grow, and something you command when you understand its true purpose. It was designed to follow your instructions, respond to your discipline, and multiply under your direction. But most people never receive this understanding because they're too busy surviving to step back and ask themselves a simple question. Is this the life I want to live for the next 40 years? Imagine waking up not because you must report to someone else's dream, but because you're building your own. Imagine designing a life where your time is your own, where your choices aren't controlled by financial fear, and where your days aren't measured by the hours you must give away, but by the value you create. This begins when you realize that the true difference between the wealthy and the struggling is not luck, not privilege, not background, but mindset. Wealthy people understand leverage. Ordinary people understand labor. Wealthy people ask, how can this money grow? Others ask, how long will this money last? Wealthy people plant seeds. Others consume all their seeds in the moment. Wealthy people think long-term. Others think only about this week, this month, this bill. Money, when used wisely, becomes a tool that works tirelessly on your behalf. It grows in silence, multiplies in the background, and builds opportunities while you sleep. But to put money to work, you must first learn how to think like a builder rather than a worker. You must shift from asking, how can I make more money right now? To asking, how can I build something that pays me again and again? That shift alone separates those who break free from those who remain trapped. The day you understand this shift is the day your life begins to move in a new direction. Suddenly, every dollar isn't just money. It becomes potential. It becomes a seed. Seeds don't look powerful, yet they contain forests. One disciplined habit, one wise investment, one skill mastered, one idea pursued. These become the seeds that grow into financial independence. And this independence doesn't come from luck. It comes from responsibility, from the decision to direct your money instead of allowing your emotions to direct you. When people say they don't have enough money to invest, what they really mean is they don't have strong enough priorities. Because investment isn't about how much you have, it's about what you do with what you have. Even small amounts placed consistently with patience and wisdom grow beyond imagination. Money is like a loyal worker. It works as hard as you command it to. But if you never assign it a job, it becomes lazy, wasted, and eventually disappears. Most people let their money sit, sleep, or vanish. Successful people send their money out to earn more. The truth is that financial transformation is not about making massive leaps overnight. It's about slowly redirecting the flow of your life energy. Every hour you work produces money, but what you do with that money determines the life you build. Some people spend it all on pleasure, comfort, and status, while others use it to acquire knowledge, assets, and opportunities. One group buys things that fade. The other builds things that last. One group is driven by impulse. The other is driven by vision. One group sees money as something to spend. The other sees money as something to grow. And this journey toward making money work for you begins within you. It starts with discipline. The discipline to save before you spend, to invest before you indulge, to think before you purchase. It starts with education. The education to understand how money behaves, how it grows, how it compounds, how it responds to time and patience. It starts with courage. The courage to break free from the comfort of routine, from the fear of risks, from the habits of people who are going nowhere. And it starts with belief. The belief that you deserve more than just survival, that you are capable of building a life where your time is not a currency you're forced to trade, but a treasure you get to enjoy. When you truly understand that freedom is not created by working harder, but by working smarter, you step into a new realm of possibility. You begin to see that your money can earn more than your hands, your ideas can earn more than your hours, and your investments can produce more than your paycheck. Brenda, you begin to design your life, not endure it. And slowly your reality transforms, not because everything around you changes, but because everything within you changes. If you truly want money to work for you, the first transformation must happen inside your mind long before it happens in your bank account. Money responds to mindset, not miracles. And the mindset you carry about money shapes the way it enters your life, the way it behaves in your hands, and the way it grows under your decisions. Most people don't struggle because they don't earn enough. They struggle because they don't understand the behavior of money. They treat money emotionally instead of strategically, and emotions are the fastest way to break any financial foundation. Money is like energy. It goes where it is valued and leaves where it is wasted. Every dollar you earn has the potential to become 10, 20, or 100 more, but it requires you to give it a mission. The problem is most people never assign their money a job. They let it slip away on moments of pleasure, temporary satisfaction, and impulsive choices. They allow their desires to speak louder than their goals. They trade their long-term freedom for short-term comfort. And then they wonder why money doesn't stay with them. But money doesn't stay where it isn't respected. It doesn't grow where it isn't guided. It doesn't multiply where it isn't protected. The wealthy understand one thing clearly. Money is a soldier. Every dollar is a potential worker that can go out into the world and bring back more soldiers if you send it on the right mission. That mission might be investment, education, a business idea, a skill upgrade, or an asset that pays you repeatedly. But if you keep spending every soldier on entertainment, appearances, or things that lose value as soon as you buy them, then you're sending your army into battle with no chance of victory. You weaken your forces before they even step onto the field. When you shift from asking how quickly can I spend this to how far can this grow, your financial life begins to transform. This single question separates people who stay trapped in the cycle of spending from those who rise into the world of growth. Why? Because money grows in silence when placed correctly into investments, into skills, into meaningful ventures. Money multiplies when you give it time, patience, and direction. But money vanishes when you chase pleasure, rush decisions, or follow trends without understanding. If you study the habits of financially free people, you'll notice something important. They do not treat money casually. They track it, respect it, and channel it into things that produce value. They buy assets instead of liabilities. They choose growth over excitement. They choose discipline over impulse, not because they are boring or fearful, but because they understand that small, intelligent decisions compound into massive outcomes over time. Financial freedom is rarely the result of one big move. It is the result of thousands of small, smart moves made consistently. You cannot expect money to work for you if you continue to misuse it. You cannot expect wealth to enter your life if you are afraid to let your money grow. You cannot expect financial peace if your spending habits scream chaos. When you change your relationship with money, when you start treating it as a tool, not a toy, you invite abundance into your life. You begin to open doors you didn't even know existed. You move from surviving to managing, from managing to growing, from growing to thriving. This transformation begins with clarity. Where is your money going? What is it producing? What is it building? What is it growing into? Money needs direction. Give it a purpose and it will perform. Give it clarity and it will expand. Give it discipline and it will reward you. But leave it unguarded, unguided, or uncontrolled, and it will escape from your hands faster than water through an open palm. Every time you get paid, you have a choice. Will you feed your future or your impulses? Will you buy comfort or wealth? Will you invest in growth or indulgence? This is the difference between those who stay trapped in financial pressure and those who rise into financial independence. It's not luck. It's not magic. It's the quiet discipline of sending your money into the world with the mission to come back with reinforcements. Wealth is never an overnight miracle. It is the steady result of daily choices stacked on top of one another until they form the foundation of a new life. People often look at successful individuals and assume they possess something magical, something unreachable, something ordinary people can't access. But the truth is far simpler. Wealth is built through consistent habits, not sudden events. It begins with the understanding that you don't need a fortune to start. You need the discipline to plant the seeds that will eventually grow into one. Every great financial journey starts with small steps. Learning one new skill, saving one extra dollar, making one better decision, reading one more chapter, taking one more calculated risk. These steps seem tiny in the moment, almost insignificant, but over time they accumulate into something powerful. The world rewards those who show up daily for their own growth. It rewards those who improve their skills until the market cannot overlook them. It rewards those who invest in themselves because personal development is the foundation of financial development. When you commit to becoming a person of value, money naturally gravitates toward you. People pay for solutions, not excuses. They reward ideas, not intentions. They value results, not promises. If you focus on building skills that create real impact, you will never struggle financially. Skills are the greatest assets you will ever own. Skills in communication, leadership, problem solving, creativity, sales, strategy, discipline, emotional control. These skills will earn for you in good times and in bad, in opportunities and in challenges, in calm seasons and in storms. But building wealth requires more than just earning. It requires knowing what to do with what you earn. You cannot rise financially if your habits drag you down. Every time you choose discipline over impulse, you strengthen your financial future. Every time you invest instead of overspend, you move one step closer to freedom. Every time you delay gratification, you accelerate your progress. And every time you take a calculated risk, you expand your possibilities. Wealth is not built by avoiding risk, but by understanding and managing it. The truth is, anyone can make money, but not everyone can grow it. Growing money requires wisdom, patience, and vision. It requires the courage to start small and the discipline to stay consistent. It requires the humility to learn and the confidence to apply what you learn. It requires seeing beyond the present moment and focusing on the long-term rewards that discipline eventually brings. Most people fail not because they lack resources, but because they lack patience. They want quick returns, fast results, instant gratification. But money grows like a tree. It takes time, nurturing, protection, and commitment. The people who trust the process eventually harvest more than they ever imagined. And then comes leverage, the most powerful force in wealth building. When your investments begin to earn, when your skills begin to multiply your opportunities, when your ideas begin to generate income, even when you're not working, that's when the real shift happens. That's when you finally escape the trap of trading hours for survival. Wealthy people don't rely on one income stream. They create several. They let their knowledge pay them, their investments pay them, their businesses pay them, their creativity pay them. They build systems that don't require their constant presence. They design a life where money flows to them instead of away from them. This transformation doesn't happen by accident. It happens by intention. You must decide that you are done living a life controlled by bills, controlled by fear, controlled by limitations. You must decide that your life deserves more than routine and repetition. You must choose to build, grow, and advance until financial freedom becomes your reality instead of your wish. And the moment you begin acting on that decision, everything around you starts to shift. New opportunities appear, new habits form, new people enter your life, new ideas spark, and slowly, your financial life begins to change. The journey to wealth is not about speed. It's about direction. It's about moving forward every day, even if the step is small. It's about creating a life where your work is no longer the engine of your income, but the foundation of something far greater. When your skills earn for you, when your investments earn for you, when your ideas earn for you, you step into a new world. A world where money works for you, where growth becomes natural, and where freedom is the reward for your discipline, courage, and belief. You must make a decision today, right now, to take control of your financial destiny, because no one is coming to rescue you. Your freedom will not arrive by accident. It will be built by discipline, crafted by courage, and earned by the choices you make when no one is watching. Stand up and tell yourself, I refuse to live the same year 75 times and call it a life. Choose growth. Choose action. Choose the uncomfortable steps that lead to an extraordinary future. Your past does not limit you. Your circumstances do not define you. Your current income does not predict your future wealth. What defines you is the fire inside you, the fire that says, I am capable of more, I deserve more, I will create more. You have within you the power to transform your entire financial life. Every day is a new chance to plant seeds of abundance, seeds of growth, seeds of freedom. Don't let them slip through your fingers. Tell yourself, I will learn the skills, I will build the habits, I will invest in myself. I will no longer chase money, money will chase me. Because the moment you rise above excuses, above fear, above procrastination, you unlock a version of yourself that is unstoppable. A version that refuses to settle, refuses to shrink, refuses to remain average. The journey toward financial freedom may challenge you, stretch you, even test you. But it will also elevate you. And the day will come when you look back and thank yourself for not giving up, for not giving in, for daring to believe in a life that others only dream about. The world will step aside for the person who knows where they're going and refuses to turn back. So take a deep breath and decide, this is my time. This is my season. This is the moment I choose to transform my relationship with money and step into a future where money works for me. Because you were not born to struggle for every dollar. You were born to rise, to build, to create, to lead, and to live a life of purpose, power, and abundance. Your future is waiting. Your freedom is waiting. Your greatness is waiting. Now go claim it.